top story with late breaking news.
Is it going to succeed, yes or no?
I think it's going to succeed. It's going to succeed.
Can you believe it?
Y'all did it.
KBLA Talk 1580 is about to celebrate its second anniversary on Juneteenth, and no terrible twos around here. We couldn't be more excited about all the good news we'll be announcing soon, including the launch of some new shows to keep giving you more of what you've been looking for.
Come on.
Smart radio for smart people. Hey, it's our celebration, but you get all the gifts. We'll be giving away fresh merch, swag bags, and a chance for you to join the private invitation-only, star-studded music and dance till you drop, food and drink galore second anniversary celebration. To stay in the know about the second anniversary details, download the KBLA Talk 1580 app right now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a winner. At KBLA Talk 1580, when we come forward, we're bringing everybody with us.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580, Angela Wimbush, right? Man, you know I usually give you the year. I had tough ones. Morgan said it's produced by Chucky Booker. I didn't know that. You don't know who Chucky Booker is, do you, King? Do you? Do you? Oh, no. Chucky Booker, come on now. So turned away. You got that song? Turned away for love. Oh, that was my heater. He also produced Spread My Wings by Troop 2, by the way. One of my all-time songs. Turned Away, Chucky Book. Give me a little taste. Just a little taste. It's Mother's Day. Woo! Come on. If you ain't doing a Running Man right now, wherever you listen. That was when I had my Jerry curl. It wasn't trippy though. The world's a curl. That right there. Look, I know it's cliche to say that they don't make music like they used to, but I'm sorry. It's tough. How do you put that into words on, like, back in the 80s and even the 90s? How the music had substance? What word would you use? I don't know.
I think substance is one word, but I'm going to go ahead and say the music was very much so romanticized.
Romanticized.
Because, you know, today's music is very much so aggressive.
Yeah, it is.
You know, there's no game to the music, so to speak. It's just straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing?
When was the last time there was a hit slow jam? That's crazy, right?
Is No Guidance considered a slow jam?
No. That's crazy, though, right?
Probably early 2000s.
Damn, that's just heartbreaking. And they wonder why these kids are so aggressive, man. They wonder why these cats ain't got no game no more. But we also equated that with what's happening on social media to where you ain't got to have game these days, man. Let's keep it real up in here.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
All you got to do is jump in the DMs and say, what's up? What's up? Hey, big head. What's that?
And I mean, I don't know. I just think like we it's a microwave society, obviously.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm speaking very general. Women always want the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So we giving you the truth now.
You don't think that was truthful, the slow jams that came out in the 80s and the 90s? That was truthful.
It was.
Johnny Gill wasn't truthful when he said, my, you sure look good tonight. And then under his breath, he said, she ugly as hell. I don't know what. She fat in that dress.
I guess it's one of those situations. I mean, the best analogy that I have is right now, all it takes is maybe one date. Back then, it took like 10 dates.
Well, you saying women are easy? Is that what you?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
All emails to Andy at SmileyAutomedia.com.
That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying.
What are you talking about? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you try to dig yourself out there. You by yourself on that one. No. I'm not joining in that one.
Like I said, like everything was romantic and soft and smooth, and let's take our time.
Okay, so if you are 25 years old. And you marrying your 25-year-old husband or wife.
Right now or back then?
Right now. And you want a song to walk down the aisle to with today's music. You got to use today's music, okay?
What's today's music? 2023?
Nothing later than 2015. What song you going to use? If it's young black people and they're playing today's music, what song you gonna walk down the aisle to? Because I'm here to tell you, they still walking down the aisle to Tamia.
Mm-hmm, that's your character.
Spend My Life With You. You know what I'm saying? And Eric Benet. They still walking down the aisle to Here and Now. I was at a wedding recently. That was one of the songs, man.
How old were these people, though?
They're a little bit older.
Exactly.
But still, it's these young people, if they do get married, I think they're going to be F-R-E-E-M. Right down the aisle. F-R-E-E-E.
They coming down to Cardi B. That's what they coming down.
That's exactly right. And then now, you see some of these clips on social media. The grooms are now rapping their vows and everything. Stop it right now.
Rocking Jordans and everything.
Stop it. Ain't nobody wearing no tuxes no more, man. The game done changed, and I think you're right. Love is gone.
Yeah.
It ain't coming back.
People don't believe in love anymore.
But shoot, the figures say, why should you? Why should you get married today? We're going to have that conversation once again.
Love is expensive.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're an advocate. You're the one to say that if you can't afford a relationship or something, you shouldn't be in one.
That's not true. That's not true. If a guy can't afford to, if you're unemployed or you're not making enough money, you're barely paying your bills and everything, why would you pursue a woman? Because you have to woo her, you have to court her, you got to date her.
With money?
You got to have some money. I'm sorry. If you're going to call yourself a man, if you want to be head of household at some point, you have to woo this woman and be the head of household. I'm traditional, man. If you ain't got the money, if you out there still hustling, selling weed in the background, you shouldn't be dating, man. That's just me, though.
I understand it. I guess it's just like, so broke people don't deserve love?
I'm saying broke people
just saying, we could be broke together.
Should a broke man have the access to a good woman to marry?
If he's,
I say no.
In between jobs?
That's different. Because you're saying he's usually somebody that's productive.
100%.
I'm talking about a cat. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
We all got them friends. You know what I'm saying? Always on somebody's couch. You know what I'm saying? Them friends.
I'm with you. I agree.
If you're a woman and you sleeping with them cats, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell. And then you get pregnant by them cats and go, he don't see his kids. What? He's sleeping on somebody's couch. He playing PS5 all day. I don't care how cute he is. I don't care how great the sex is. I don't care.
And you can make money online now with a PS5. I'm just saying.
That's true. There's some streamers.
Exactly, yeah.
There's some streamers getting paid right now.
They got a league, a professional basketball NBA 2K league.
You're talking to a man whose son.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
My son has 120,000 followers.
What, on YouTube?
On YouTube.
Okay.
Getting paid.
Do you mind to share that page on there?
No, I can't.
Okay, no worries. Privately?
I got to ask. Privately, I can.
Okay, cool.
But I got to ask him if I want to put that out there. But my son is balling out of control.
Okay.
But
he about to surpass you, huh?
Yeah, he's about to.
You over here like, dang, I should get into the video game industry.
About to, man. I'm ready to, put on a little, Xbox cap and start balling.
He's also in the popping industry, though, when you think about it.
He is. And that is why, Dr. Shantae Destiny and I, by the way, fantastic interview. I love the reactions I'm getting from that interview. She's amazing. for young people to say, we're not buying into what you guys have been selling us all these years. We don't need your college. We don't need your church.
Yeah.
We don't need your weddings.
Yep.
You can't push back on it because they have proof that they have alternative methods that they can make a living, live a happy life, and not buy into any of that nonsense. Because I know people that have master's degrees unemployed.
Who you telling?
Or struggling financially, but are shackled with student debt, student loan debt. And it's like,
And you know the umbrella term that I hear as you listed those things? Mental health.
boom. Boom. But look, if our educational institutions aren't important anymore, or the institution of marriage isn't important anymore, or our religious institutions aren't married anymore, that's the downfall of society, man. We're done. If those aren't important, we're done.
What's important is how you identify.
What do you mean?
I feel like in 2023, it's a battle for identity.
Yeah.
That's what's valuable.
AI, the AI boom right now, and ChatGPT is that's kind of scary. That's stuff that's happening right now. That's why I'm watching all of the strike going on in Hollywood right now with these writers, and I go, you sure you want to strike right now with AI writing everything in seconds? Are you sure this is the right time?
Talk about see, I don't want to subscribe to the beginning of the end. I just think it's the beginning of a new era, though, for sure.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if these writers were on strike for the rest of the year.
I'm telling you, Hollywood's like, okay.
Don't need it. We got AI.
Hollywood execs are like, okay, be careful. Be careful.
You can save a lot of money that way, too.
Because when these sports leagues, when they go on strike, those scabs are out there, and they'll walk right up in there and play. I'm telling you, and that's what AI is going to be. They'll walk right up in there and play. Y'all tripping. This AI thing is terrifying to me. It is, man. I heard a couple Drake songs on the radio. It's like, whoa.
Did I share with you my solution with regards to that?
What?
For me, with regards to music, we need a centralized studio. And you can have a centralized studio all across America that's monitored.
Recording the artist doing the song.
Absolutely. So that if a Drake song came out,
yeah,
you would know that it was Drake who recorded it because it was recorded in this particular studio. Anything that you heard outside of this studio was probably AI driven.
I'm here to tell you it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, young people don't care. Look, I heard a Kanye song too. It was kind of fire. People don't care. But when I got scared is when Elon Musk said this is a problem. I went, ooh. If Elon Musk is saying that this is a problem.
How is it a problem for him, though?
I don't know. Didn't he file a lawsuit of some sort or join a lawsuit of some sort? Look, I don't know if you can stop it. Technology's going to do what it do. Mm-hmm. You can't stop it, man. Remember Napster? Remember?
Yeah.
And everybody was all mad. It's like, wait, they're sharing music for free. You're going to kill the music industry. By the way, they did, by the way.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. And people that write for a living, myself being one of them, by the way, people are scared. And we should be.
Well, let's talk about schools, too, though.
That, too.
I forgot what show here on KBLA.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But they were talking, I guess the guest was a professor, and he talked about how he's noticing some of his students providing him with papers. I'm like, no, this is not the way you talk.
How do you verify that it was written by a human being? How do you? It's like, yeah, I need that term paper. It's due on Friday. I ain't got time. It's the beginning of. I'm telling you, it's the beginning of the end. You're right.
Danny Mo.
I don't know what we do. I don't know.
That's what I'm gonna do to ChatGPT. If there's ever a time where you're missing,
yeah,
I'm gonna be like, yo, ChatGPT. Danny Morrison.
That'd be funny,
Write me an opening monologue.
Yeah, but could ChatGPT come out with the heat to wait it out too, though?
Hey, don't sleep on AI.
I don't know. I think it'll be it's the Danny Mo Show, KBLA Talk 1580. It'll be like that. Can't come with the heat though.
Hey man.
I was listening to Questlove. He's got a great podcast called Questlove Supreme on Spotify, right? Okay. And he said, he's the drummer in the Roots, right? Mm-hmm. And he said he was putting this song together, trying to figure out what he wanted to use as the hook, and he was just out of fun. He said in his AI, I'm looking for a hook that is socially conscious, not too aggressive, how we're fed up with the system. And he lined all these bullet points out. And he said it gave him 4 that were perfect. And he said he was scared. He said, I refuse to use them. He says, they gave me 4 that were perfect hooks for this song. And I went, holy crap. We in trouble.
It's here. It's here. I think we got to embrace it and not be afraid of it. Embrace it and try to find a way to capitalize off of it.
Yeah, but creativity dies if you do that, though. You mean we already saying these rappers can't rhyme. They're gonna be sounding like Rakim pretty soon, and we're gonna be like, man, all of a sudden, Glorilla, she got flows. She ain't write it.
Well, where's the creativity coming from?
Okay.
Because you still have to prompt.
True.
You still have to prompt it. And so the creativity is still within us, and that's what I'm saying. You got to find a way to capitalize.
This is a problem.
And use it to your advantage.
I've seen iRobot. I know how this ends. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we got Mike on the phone. Wants to talk about the guests tonight. And the white lady from last week is what it says on the screen. The one that said that this is the Danny Misogynist show for that night, right? Danny Mo Show, KBLA, stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles.
From middays to nighttime.
Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Leroy, 71's backed up. What's your 20? Over.
Olivia needs more drivers for her trucking company to go the extra
You've
mile.
got 3 more stops to make.
She wants to hitch a team to drive business forward.
Lots of double nickels on the 169. You know what I'm over? This driver shortage.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, non-profit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA, and congratulations to the Dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Protho-Stith. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid. And we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Gotta stay fresh, my house shot with a rest bar.
Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
Bounce is back.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Shout out to the sweet spot checking us out. Rodna, checking out the Danny Mo Show. She says that we got to embrace and make a paradigm shift as it relates to AI. I don't know about that, man. I'm going to push back against it forever. And the reason that I am is, look, I like to think that what I do can't be replicated by some AI, you know what I'm saying? At least that's what I want to think in my mind here. Am I tripping?
A little bit.
Maybe.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When it came to social media, right?
Yeah.
I want to say Facebook came before Twitter, right?
That is correct.
Did it take you a while for you to hop on the Twitter bandwagon?
Yes. I was late on Instagram, believe it or not.
I mean, same here.
Yeah. Everybody was like, Danny, you should get on because you can put pictures. I said, I don't care about pictures. Facebook, I was having conversations and, engaging with my audience. I don't care about that. Then I got on Instagram. Now, the balance is starting to shift. I'm more on Instagram than I am Facebook. Facebook's dying.
AI is probably going to be the same way.
Wow.
100%.
What is it going to replace, in your opinion?
I think, it's replacing a lot.
It is.
So, but I guess in the context of social media, I want to say Mark Zuckerberg talked a little bit about it, kind of like the metaverse.
Yeah.
This is going to be a Web 3.0.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the topic of transhumanism?
No. Transhumanism?
Transhumanism. It's basically the meshing between humans and technology.
So you're freaking me out right now. I told you, I've seen iRobot. Will Smith saved the day.
Will Smith knows exactly what he's doing with these movies that he's a part of.
But Will isn't available right now. He, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of in the
Where's our Olympia LaPointe?
Olympia, you know what?
That's what we need.
I might bring her on tomorrow. We've been talking, so I might bring her on tomorrow. She'd be great in this conversation, because I'm scared. I ain't gonna sit there and lie. I like to think that the talent that I possess can't be duplicated or replicated. I believe that I got a little something that can't nobody touch. And AI says, hold my beer.
I think radio might be a situation that AI can't really touch. Because we're dealing with personalities, we're dealing with voices. I know voices can be replicated.
Yeah, singing and rapping voices. That's true. I haven't heard a speaking voice by AI.
But I do know that a lot of politicians, they use AI for their speeches, stuff like that. But it's to do a live radio show.
Yeah.
I don't know if AI can do that.
It would be great if I could just tap into AI to write my opening monologues and everything. I don't think they understand how much work goes into doing every Danny Mo show we do. Every single night. Y'all have no idea how many emails I got to send Andy, and it's just him editing this and my opening monologue, and then, upon further review, get something off my chest, and the postpone on one, and the phone call, and if they're live in studio, oh my God, that's 10 times even more. But we love doing it. But there's a lot that goes into one broadcast. I can promise y'all that. There's also a lot that goes into Mike. Can we get in the mic real quick? Mike, get up in here. Give me your height, your color, and your hood, Mr. Mike.
6'2", black, in View Park.
View Park checking in. Drop it. Come on. Yeah. I just drove through View Park, and I didn't even know I was until I guess there's some new signage on the island. They installed some new sign, and I said, I guess I'm in View Park. I didn't even know that I was here. Yeah, it's right here. I drive through it every single night. I didn't even know. I'm new to here. Come on, give me a break here, Andy. Mike, how you doing tonight?
Oh boy, I'm doing fine, Danny. Danny, don't worry about AI. They're not gonna make no Danny Mays no time soon.
That's what
they might make a Danny Dow, but
that's
not,
what I'm
not
saying.
No Danny.
They can't replicate your boy. You know what I'm saying? When they said AI is taking over, I was like, Allen Iverson's coming back to the NBA. No, that's not wrong. I'm sorry. So you heard my interview with that melanin deficient lady that called last week. Mike, was that crazy or what?
Danny, I'm surprised at you. You let that lady play you, man.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Tell you that you down on women. Well, that's the farthest thing away as for you. Always talking about your mother, always uplifting women and carrying on. How are you down on women?
To be fair, I think she said that show and that 7 series was misogynistic. I don't think she said the show in general. I think she said that show, and I still disagreed with her. I'm like, no, that's not true. You may not be listening. Something's wrong.
Yeah, I don't think she was listening. I don't think she was really listening. You know, I said, Danny, why is Danny backing up? She didn't have any explanation of why she was saying it. Yeah. She would just keep saying it. You mind to listen or whatever,
I think she.
My goodness.
I think she just wanted to talk to your boy. I did kind of get her. I got her to reveal that she dates the brother. She likes to, She likes milk in her Cocoa Puffs. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
And Danny hurt her feelings.
That's what you call Danny. That's what you call one of them backhanded compliments. You know, when you meet a fine young lady, you know the game. You say, well, you know, you look all right, but if you lose a little weight, you probably look a little better. So,
okay,
you know.
see, you taking us into misogyny right now. Hold on, Mike. You gonna have to stand out there by yourself. I'm trying to dig myself out of.
You, man.
I know she was playing you, and maybe she was a larger woman. I don't know what she looks like. I don't think it matters.
Well, I mean, I know, but I mean, you know, that was just a game she was running on you, man. I'm surprised you went for it.
So you don't think she was serious? You think she was just calling messing with me?
I think so. I really do. You know.
Well, she said she listens every night. You know, I was tripping off her. She said, I listen to you every single night. I go, wow, thank you.
Anybody that listens to you every night, they know where your head is at, where you talk about your mother and past things and talk about women and bringing women up. You know what I mean? My goodness.
That's exactly right. Andy and I were talking about it, too. I said, that's crazy.
What's it all about?
For anybody to say the Danny Mo Show could be misogynistic, show ain't listening, because everywhere I go in this city that recognize where I work at KBLA, they say, man, I appreciate what you say about us and how you love black people. Yeah. And I take that to heart. I take this job very seriously. And every single time I take this microphone, I want them to know I'm representing us every single time I turn this mic on. So I'm not going to be putting women down.
Yeah, Danny, well, I met you in person, and I got your number as soon as I met you. You real people, boy. You're a blessing to Los Angeles, boy. We are really happy to have you here, I tell you.
That means a lot to me.
You know.
Yeah.
And you know that the young lady you had on the night about when you asked her about the military, but she was right on. I'm gonna tell you, boy. She gave it. She told the truth about it. You know.
Yeah, Mike, you and I have talked about it before. We talk about trades in school, and we talk about options for young people. She answered it honestly. I mean, she didn't say the military is great. Everybody should join. Everybody should represent their country. She was like,
She was right. I was in the military. I was in the Marine Corps. So, you know, when you go in the military, they're going to tear you down to nothing, and then they're going to try to build you up, man. But, I mean, it's an experience. I was glad to get out of the military, but it's an experience that I treasure because it really helped me to develop and just work through this society we have here. And, you know, another thing, you were talking about mental stuff, you know.
Yeah.
As far as black people, all of us are suffering with PTSD. All of us have a mental problem.
Every single one, 100% of us, man. Don't let others say
all the problems that we're faced every day. My goodness, come on now, let's be for real.
Yeah, when people that grow up in like middle class and up neighborhoods and they go, well, I don't experience racism. I'm like, trust me, you do. You may not want to admit it, but you do too. If you got that color skin, you go through the same stuff that we do. Trust me.
Well, you take a group of white folks and you treat them like they treat us, boy. Shoot, you talking about mental. Right. In fact, that might be why we're having all these mass shootings out here.
That's right. Give Mike call of the night. I love this king so much, Mike. And if I don't say it enough, I just appreciate you so much, man. You've been nothing but kind from the moment I came into Los Angeles, and you make my stay even more comfortable knowing that you out there listening and advocating for me. So God bless you, man. I appreciate you.
Same here. You take care now.
You too. 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we'll read some of these YouTube comments that are really hot tonight. We got some Upon Further review clips, and if you want to jump in, 1-800-920-1580. It's the Mother's Day edition of the Danny Mo Show. KBLA, stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton, and here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Mark those calendars. The Hip Hop Block Party is coming back to the National Mall. The Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture says they will be honoring 50 years of hip hop's artistry, innovation, and global transcendence in August. The event will include performances, breakdancing, and interactive games. More details are expected soon, and tickets will be available online in July. How to stop crime in D.C. That's the focus of a public safety summit this week where neighbors can share their solutions. Black Mayor Muriel Bowser believes adding more police officers will help, saying the department is facing its worst staffing shortage ever. The latest statistics show the district's crime rate is up 26% from last year, with sex abuse cases soaring 53%. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Advance your career and earn a master's in accounting at Azusa Pacific University's Leung School of Accounting, with scholarships available and 100% job placement after graduation. There's never been a better time to advance your accounting career. Visit apu.edu today.
KBLA Talk 1580 is in the lab right now, prepping some new shows coming your way soon. More empowerment, more inspiration, more entertainment.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jazz Urbane Hour. I'm your host, Bill Banfield. We are a curated musical show that highlights contemporary cultural issues and artistry, showcasing music as a relevant and necessary arm of contemporary cultural identity.
You must learn.
Welcome. I am your host, Dr. Tyrone Howard on KBLA Talk 1580, and you're listening to You Must Learn, where we talk about education as a tool for transformation. Education in our homes, in our schools, and in our communities. Education for transformation is the tagline, and we are here to talk about why we must learn.
KBLA Talk 1580 is for discerning listeners just like you. So tell all your friends you've discovered the talk station curating smart content for smart people. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got you black.
Congratulations to One United Bank for being this week's winner of KBLA's Office of the Week. Your office won lunch for 10, delivered by the original Taco Pete. Congratulations to One United Bank.
Gilbert worked in retail and restaurant management for 14 years. It was time for a change.
I recognized where I was at was vulnerable to the whims of the economy.
Then he heard about My Computer Career. Gilbert went for it.
In as little as 7 months, I got all of my certifications at a fraction of a cost for college.
He became an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
I can work from anywhere. I have more time for my family as well.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
All I need is one mic.
For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Ariva Martin with a KBLA editorial. Things are not always what they appear to be. A fundamental principle of our justice system is fairness. And fairness demands accurate and honest testimony, especially when that testimony is proffered from the U.S. government with its infinite resources and power. Accurate, honest, factual testimony appears to have been a no-show in the federal bribery trial of Mark Ridley Thomas. I followed every aspect of this case closely, and from day one, I've said the government's case was based on innuendo, speculation, and misinformation. With the latest developments, I guess I should reframe the misinformation to disinformation. The recent post-trial motions filed by Ridley Thomas's legal team revealed 3 false statements made by the prosecutor's star witness. Those documents also show that contrary to the government's claim and representations by some in the mainstream media, there was never an $8 million contract at issue, and Ridley Thomas received no benefit, monetary or otherwise, that would satisfy the elements of the crimes for which he was prosecuted and convicted. Our jury system sometimes gets it wrong, and when it does, it's up to the courts to right those wrongs, especially when a jury has been misled by a witness propped up by the prosecution. In a case of egregious misdirection like this one, it's up to the federal prosecutors to acknowledge their errors and for the media to do the same. After all, our judicial system is not based on winning at all costs, but on principles of fundamental fairness, truth, and justice. Principles that were apparently denied to Mark Ridley Thomas. For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Ariva Martin, and we welcome your comments.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh my God. Andy, man, tonight, give me some juice on that because that right there is an all-time.
Just remember,
Force MDs. Love is a house. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. You ever seen that video? I'm part of the Force TM. Danny
Look for the light if you're lost in the night. I'll write your name on my door. If you ever need warmth or comfort, darling, I'll be here to hold you near. All I demand is you be my security. Love is a house, you got the key. To take me where you wanna be. Open up and let me into your heart. Just look and you'll see. Love is a house and you got the key. Open up and let me into your heart, baby.
Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. Wow. I appreciate you so much for that, man. The lead singer of Force MDs, matter of fact, I think 3 of them cats, there was 5 in the group. I think 3 of them have passed away. The lead singer, the golden voice, his name was it T? What was his name? I think they called him T. But he passed away, and a couple others have passed away. It's one of the most tragic stories of any R&B group over the last, 20, 30 years. Force MDs just being decimated by tragic stories, man. Because Love is a House, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, one of the most inventive videos you've ever seen, too. They're kind of in that cardboard. You ever seen that house? They're in like a cartoon cutout house, and every single one of them's in a different room. It's like I said, love music, man. And not to mention, they're also the architects of one of the greatest R&B slow jams of all time. Maybe a top 5er for me. Look, Tender Love. Oh, my God. Tender Love. Listen. Could be. You could make the case. It's the greatest R&B slow jam of all time. Listen to the lyrics in this song.
Here I lay all alone, toss and turn, longing for some of your tender love. I'm waiting for the right.
I gotta make some love tonight.
Moment to
maybe by myself.
so I can thank you
it's
for
possible.
all the tender love you've given to me.
And where are the white women at?
Tender love, love so tender.
Hilarious. That song right there, man. Do you know how many? I don't want to put my business out there.
Dang, like that, Danny Mo.
When I was a youngster,
double digits.
When that song, I don't think you understand how big that song was. That's also Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, by the way.
If I remember correctly, this song was like I want to say it was in your opening monologue somewhere.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like a landmark song.
It was.
Okay.
That song to me, I think somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It was on the Crush Groove soundtrack when it first came out. But it's. I think it's. You can make the case it's the best piano riff of all time too, man. That song, just oh my God. And then Bone Thugs and Harmony had the audacity to sample that thing in that one song. Remember, only time will tell who dies. These are the days of our life. You can't touch that. Don't touch that song. There's certain songs. You can't touch that song, man. There's just certain things in black culture that I don't think we should touch. That's why I've been giving LeBron James a hard time. You know, it's like that House Party movie is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. What are you remaking House Party for? And by the way, Space Jam 2. Leave them movies alone.
You know, he grew up with those movies.
So did we, but that doesn't mean you could touch them. Some things should be untouchable. And Space Jam, I'm going to give you a little more grace on that because I understand Michael Jordan. You know, I see the comparisons and stuff. House Party, though? The best dance routine in any movie of all time. What you doing touching that? You can't touch that with Kid and Play and Teacher Campbell. And what's the other queen's name in it? I can't remember her name right now. Remember?
Baby Boy?
No, in House Party in the dance routine.
I know. You're talking about the Gina's partner, right?
Correct.
That's what I'm saying, from Baby Boy.
What is her name? Somebody tell me in the comments. Come on. But you cannot touch black culture like that. They're already talking about remaking Love Jones. Have you seen that? It's like, leave them alone. AI is like right now, putting the script together right now.
A.J. Johnson.
A.J. Johnson with her fine self. Have you seen her? You want to talk about a woman that is taking care of herself? She's like, I think she's a bodybuilder or something. She looks amazing, boy. A.J. Johnson Morrison. What do you think?
I think Janet's going to have some issues with that.
I crush them grooves anytime is all I'm saying. All right. Let me see. Mimi said, hold on there. Man, the chat is going crazy. Danny Morrison, don't act like you don't know that you have admirers, but there's a difference between admirers and stalkers. Seriously, you and Andy, please be careful. Some people can be a bit aggressive. Yeah, I told you what happened last week. That scared. I ain't gonna lie. Scared to crap out your boy. A little bit of trickle, trickle, little pee, trickle, trickle, trickle. You walking up to the little trickle, trickle, trickle. I needed a Depends undergarment. That's your trickle, trickle. Wow. It's like you walking up to the door, just minding your own business, and somebody's standing outside with a gift basket or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
And do you approach? How do you know it's not somebody that said, she might be listening. I don't want to be disrespectful, but what do you do? And I approached because, she was a little cutie too. She's like, I think that's part of it too.
You feel? That's like Eve and the apple, huh?
You know what I'm saying? It's
Seduced.
Like, hi, you Danny? Yeah.
Who wants to know?
Who wants to know? But, just giving a little gift, it's a beautiful thing, man. I'm humbled by that stuff and terrified at the same time. And what's funny about that is flip the genders on that situation.
It'd be a problem.
It'd be a problem. Matter of fact, cops would be outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like the TikTok lady, you're not supposed to approach a woman.
Ever.
Oh.
And that's what sucks. It's like you can't even be chivalrous. You can't be romantic anymore. Like if a guy is just standing outside some woman's workplace and go, I was in here, I was at El Pollo Loco earlier. You know what I'm saying? I was getting myself a chicken burrito, and you just caught my eye, and I was like, man, that's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. So I went down the street to this, to the florist down there, and I got a dozen roses. I just wanted to bring them to you and tell you that as I was eating my burrito, I was thinking how much I loved you, and I just wanted to give this to you. Can I take you out this weekend?
That's already a red flag.
Why?
Just the way I was eating my burrito. Just the way he said it was so much aggression. I wouldn't even trust that.
Okay, make it softer. You got the burrito with you and the roses, and while you're talking, you bite it. I was eating.
Got sauce on the corner of your mouth and everything.
I just want to kiss you the way I'm eating this burrito. All right. Let me read some more comments. Mimi said, for SimD's Love is a House. His voice was amazing. 3 pass. TC. Thank you, Marcus. I knew I saw that. 3 members of the group, 5-member group, 3 members have passed. And I don't think any of them reached 50. That's crazy. And that's why I was like, when I told you that King was criticizing Bobby Brown's vocals at the New Edition concert that was here in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago, he was like, man, Bobby done lost it. And I go, listen, man. Yeah, Bobby been through a lot of stuff. Bobby ain't never been a vocalist per se to begin with. But you know what? We got all 6 of them cats right here, still touring together, still making music. let's not criticize, some of the problems that they have, some of the issues with their voices, and they're older. I think all of them are hovering around 60 at this point. Let's just celebrate the fact that we still got New Edition here. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Ralph, and Johnny all on stage together doing their solo hits, doing group hits. And I go, man, we should celebrate. Don't be criticizing Bobby. Okay, he can't sing like he used to. He can't dance like he used to. But you know what? That's his prerogative.
But you still have an expectation, though. You done bought tickets. You low-key want to hear my prerogative, and you want to hear him sound like the record, low-key.
Do you think it's a punk move if you go to a New Edition concert and Bobby Brown is barely dancing inside the group with the rest of the group members? Because that's exactly what happens. You say, I'm being shortchanged today.
Yeah, you're not getting the full experience.
I would just love to see him. I'm going to cut Bobby a break. I told you. That's probably one of the most tragic R&B stories ever, what he's gone through, man. Give Bobby some grace.
Would you be okay if he lip-synced the whole show?
That's bro.
Okay.
Broken vocals, but sing them. Come on.
Okay.
But you know what? People say that about Janet, man. They say to go to her concert, half her concert is lip-sync.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never really looked at Janet as this superb vocalist either.
Hey, watch out.
I'm just being real.
Well, we'll be outside fighting right now.
But it's true, though.
You better watch out. Janet sing better than Whitney Houston. When we come forward, I'm kidding, of course. When we come forward, upon further review clips as we head out the door, Danny Mo Show, KBLA, stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Outrage in Egypt over Netflix's Black Cleopatra. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. The life of Cleopatra VII, Queen of Egypt from 51 to 30 BC, is still captivating even now in 2023. The recent announcement of Netflix's upcoming docuseries, Queen Cleopatra, which casts Black British actress Adele James as its coveted lead, has the Queen's ethnicity as a topic of conversation once again. Narrated by the talented Jada Pinkett Smith, this docuseries will uncover the truth behind Cleopatra's heritage, intellect, and beauty. I know I'll be watching. Will you? Let us know on all of our socials at KBLA 1580. I'm Maisha Cairo, and we've got a lot to talk about.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a pill for adults with moderate to severe RA when tumor necrosis factor blockers did not work well or could not be tolerated. Xeljanz can help relieve joint pain, swelling, and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Don't start if you have one. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers including lymphoma and lung, blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hives. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com or call 1-844-XELJANZ.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, Zell just DM'd me and said, you're about to get beat up. Janet is better than Whitney. Laughing emoji. Have a great and safe night tonight, Danny. Tonight was really good. Yeah, it was a pretty great show tonight, huh? I loved it. Let me get some comments real quick before we drop a couple clips here. Marcus said lead singer TC died of Lou Gehrig's disease. I did not know that. Tender Love. Mimi said, Tender Love, it's time to update my playlist. You don't have that in your playlist now? Tender Love is perfection. I'm telling you. Marcus said, Tender Love is definitely one of the best contemporary R&B ballads ever made. I'm telling you, it's perfect. Joseph said the same thing. Mimi said the same thing. Crush Groove. I love it. AJ Johnson, yeah, we got her name. Mimi said, whatever Danny drinks, please tell me because he's the Energizer Bunny tonight. Yeah. You know, when I have a good weekend, I can come up in here and just, give me all the love that I had this weekend. It was really a great weekend. So, yeah, I'm a little energetic tonight. Can you tell? So, what do you think, Andy?
But you're always energetic. What's new?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny when people say that because I never come in here in a bad mood. I get emotional on the mic sometimes, but I've never come in here and not given fire every single time I walk up in the studio. So, by the way, Octavia Morris, is that her name? Mrs. Octavia Morris, Stanford Medical School. Is that her? That's her name on YouTube? That's really impressive. She said, you better get some education. The fact that he said that his son is making money as a YouTuber and that education isn't important, he lost me and you will get left behind, bruh. You know?
That's facts.
I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that. I think we're always going to tell young people to go out there and get that education. You have to. You got to have something to fall back on. What I'm saying is young people are telling us that we have options and you don't have to go to college. And I can't push back on that.
I think she's highlighting AI. And your son with the, video game stuff. That's what she's talking about. You'll get left behind.
Okay. She said that is globalized. Yeah. I don't know. I wonder how many of these YouTube celebrities, the top 10, because those cats are making $10, $20 million a year. I wonder how many of them cats got a college education. I bet the number's tiny. They figured it out. If you can generate an audience, advertisers are going to look at you and go, we will give you money. It's really just that simple. You ain't got to have no talent even. Some will say half the rappers that are out today ain't got no talent. That being said, if you can generate some sort of a following to where there's a lot of eyeballs and ears, I'm telling you, they will pay you. There's an advertiser somewhere. They say freaking Kim Kardashian could put a blouse on and say where she got it, and they give her $500,000 for one post. You know what I'm saying? If you got eyes and you got ears, regardless of what industry, what genre you're in, you could get some money. But I'm never going to tell young people don't go to college. I'm not that cat. But what I'm sick of, on the same hand here, I'm sick of us trying to act like if a kid don't go to college, he or she is worthless. And I think we've been doing that for generations. That's not fair. That's not fair. Because not everybody is cut for college. They're not. And there's some really creative kids out there, young black kids, young kings and queens out there that's got crazy talent. They may not be somebody that scholastically is going to knock the doors off, you know what I'm saying? But you know what he probably can't get an A on that English test, but he can build a car from scratch. Or he can paint a mural on a wall, you know what I'm saying?
Or he can make some bomb Zupa Toscana.
Or make some bomb Zupa Toscana that I've been promised in this studio for probably 2 years and ain't seen. We ain't going to get into that. So Queen, I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with where you're coming from. Education should always be top priority for these young people because we as a people, forget that individual, will get left behind if we're not educating these kids. I'm just saying, let's not try to make it seem as though if they don't go to college that they're going to burn in hell or something. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So, Mimi said, I like Drew Hill. I thought Jazz left the group. Why are we talking about Drew Hill? C. Porter said, Marcus, check out Genuine's latest dynamic dance moves. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Genuine, he slipped and fell.
I saw that.
That's what he means by dynamic.
He seemed like he was singing while he was on the ground, right? She also said Kim K is also getting a law degree now that ship must have sailed. She is aging out of the game. That's true, by the way. That's true.
I think she's good for the rest of her life, though.
Yeah, I don't know what Kim Kardashian's net worth is, but I'm sure it's billion with a B at this point. You know, people always dog her and go, she doesn't have any talent. You can't tell me that building that brand isn't a form of talent. Y'all need to stop with that nonsense, okay? Because if it wasn't a talent, everybody would be doing it. And everybody can't do what they do. The Kardashians have found some way. I don't know what the formula is. Shout out to Mama, because she's the architect of this whole thing. I think they've used it on the backs of black men. We ain't going to get into that right now.
Crazy question.
Yeah.
Does Ray J deserve a percentage?
Isn't it funny how if that sex tape never materializes, the entire Kardashian dynasty doesn't materialize? He's kind of said that in a number of words. No, to answer your question, but you can make the case that, yeah, that sex tape, and some say he said that was put out intentionally because they made it seem like, ooh, oh my God, what are we going to do?
Of course.
The sex tape has been out on the street. Oh my God. And Ray J said, Mama orchestrated that entire
100%,
thing.
100%. That's part of the game. Have you thinking like, oh, yeah, we didn't mean to do it. Yeah, I meant to do it. First off, that sex tape was whack, though.
Oh, you've seen it?
I've seen it. It was garbage.
I haven't seen it.
Garbage.
Is it?
Yeah. Amateur.
Well, of course it's an amateur video. We know that.
Just amateur.
It was supposed to be professionally produced or
what?
what?
Well, I didn't care too much about the production, but just the activity.
Yeah.
It wasn't hot enough.
The activity, man.
It wasn't hot enough.
Ray J didn't know what he was doing. Is that what you're trying to say right now?
It just looked whack. It looked like they were timid, like they were scared of the camera.
Well, they were kids, weren't they? I'm so glad that there's no video of me out there. Because I'm so glad. Because let me keep it real.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Let me keep it 100 with the white women talk. I'm going to keep it 100, okay? I've been asked a few times in my lifetime to do that, by the way.
Oh, perform on tape?
Yeah.
Or to actually be in a scene and get paid for it?
Oh, no, not like that. Okay. You mean like do porn? No. You know, you've been in relationships to where a woman might say, we should because so we could watch it. And we could watch each other. I'm cool.
You should try it, man. It's fun.
No. There is no woman nowhere that has me on video doing any act of any sort or any picture of me anywhere.
What about your new wife? Would you be willing to?
With my wife.
Hey, man, you only live once, man. Come on now. Live a little. For your own viewing pleasure.
For our own, me and my wife. We're married.
Yes.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want, myself on camera. And you probably need a wide lens. But what? Don't you leave me out it by myself, Andy. I'm just saying.
What more do you want from me?
All right. We got to go. Is that the show? What a great show tonight. Shout out to Dr. Shantae Destiny coming in, setting us straight and motivational speaking and the whole nine. YouTube was on fire. Y'all didn't hit that like in this third hour, though. I'm looking at it right now. You didn't hit I'm looking at it right now. Go on and hit that. What is it, 20 people watching right now at midnight? Y'all hit that like before you get up out of here. Take care of your boy so we can get boosted in the algorithm on YouTube. I'd appreciate y'all. All right? Good luck. God bless. Gone. Tomorrow, I'm in contact with Olympia LaPointe right now. We trying to put together an AI conversation tomorrow so she can set us straight. She's a rocket scientist. She know what she's talking about. So maybe tomorrow. Keep it on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Be good.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. House Minority Leader African-American Hakeem Jeffries says the default is not an option. Speaking on NBC's Meet the Press, the New York Democrat said a short-term fix for the debt ceiling is not a responsible thing to do, but he also didn't rule it out. Jeffries talked about raising the debt ceiling through September 30th, which is also the budget deadline. President Biden's approval rating has fallen to a career low 36%. That's according to the latest ABC News Washington Post poll, which reflects a 6 percentage point drop from February. It also shows that roughly a third of Americans think the 80-year-old has the physical health to serve effectively. Meantime, 44% of respondents view former President Trump as too old for the job.